again, yet another evening match for the Saints. As I say, only one Sunday match this year so far. Provided we progress this afternoon, or this evening I should say, we could possibly get another Sunday match, couldn't we? Anyway, Halifax first on the pitch, and here come the Saints. Captain Shane Cooper and match day mascot for this evening, Ian Carrington. 8 years of age, he attends Windleshaw Primary School. Big day for this young fella. His hobbies are watching the Saints, playing rugby and football. He also likes playing on the computer, and his favourite player is Tia Rapati. And I'll tell you something, Ian, young Tia, one of my favourites as well. Anyway, there's young Ian Carrington out there doing his limbering up movements with Alan Hunt and the Saints team for this evening. David Lyon at full-back, Alan Hunt, Tia Rapati, Paul Loughlin and Tony Sullivan the three-quarters, John Griffiths, Gus O'Donnell at half-back, John Neal, Bernard Dwyer, George Mann in the front row, Chris Joynt, Sonny Nicholl, Shane Cooper the back three, Mike Riley and Ricky Cowan on the bench. The Halifax side, John Bentley at full-back, Richardson, Pickles, Litherland and Sharp in the three-quarters, Bailey and Bishop, the ex-St Helens partnership at half-back, with Harrison, Southernwood, Fogarty in the front row, Lord, McLean and Devort in the back three, Robinson and Brendan Hill, the veteran campaigner, make up their substitutes. Carl Harrison, captain for Halifax, Shane Cooper, as we know, for the Saints, and there's the matchday mascot, Ian Carrington, 8 years of age, hurried over to meet Steve from the promotions, just to take his place with his dad for this evening's match. Anyway, welcome one and all in the sponsors' boxes, in the boardroom, all through where you're getting our pictures piped. Good evening to you all. The first round of the Premiership, and these two teams paired together, finished in the same positions as last year, 2nd and 7th, and ready to get underway. And Saints looking for progress to that meeting with hopefully the pie eaters. Oh well, we're not bothered, are we, if they get knocked out on Sunday at Old Trafford in just a couple of weeks. Well, Halifax have possession. Saints moving up, pegging them in their own 20-metre area. Fogarty now, big prop forward. Harrison drives through, breaks out of the first line of defence, loses a boot as well, but now it's with the other prop, Fogarty. Big lad, and good yardage made by Halifax. Referee Stuart Cummings raises his right arm, the last tackle of this sequence, and the ball to Bishop. Diagonal kick. Tony Sullivan went under it. Taken down there, Sullivan. Paul Loughlin running in there, first receiver. John Neal, he brings it up, and as I said, Friday night again on Sky. About 12, 13 times. Oh, good ball there. Super ball from Joynt to Rapati. Did look a hint forward, and obviously referee Cummings picked that one up. Much to this displeasure of the crowd. First scrum with the Halifax feed. Halifax coached by Great Britain coach Malcolm Reilly. And a bit of an up and down side, Halifax, even though Saints have had 2 tough ties with them in the league this season. But they can be also brilliant on the day, and yet they can be quite the opposite. Bishop out to McLean, solid tackling there. Nicholl and Rapati just taking a bit of a knock there, but he gets back in position. Southernwood trying to scamper away. Nicholl's in again. Bishop, oh, well taken down there. O'Donnell doing his job there, right in on Bishop, and Bishop and Bailey. Half-back partnership, and Bishop pushes it through. But Halifax penalised for offside. Always varying the plays, Paul Bishop, we know from his days here at St Helens. But Halifax are penalised. Halifax finished in 7th position, Saints second on points difference. But it's over now, the league. We know we should have had it sewn up. But let's get on to the Premiership and let's concentrate on this. Alan Hunt coming in. The Saints with quite a few players injured. John Harrison, Les Quirk, Gary Connolly, Phil Beavers and the mighty man, Kevin Ward. Joint into space. Diagonal run. John Griffiths with the headgear. Just throwing me off there. I thought it was Bernard Dwyer. But a bad pass tidied up by O'Donnell. Now with George Mann, overlap for the Saints. Rapati into space. Over the top to Hunt, but he can't squeeze in. The pass ruled forward by referee Cummins. Thought Rapati might have gone on his own there. Certainly looks as though he could have gone in. But he fed it over the top to Alan Hunt, and Alan Hunt unfortunately running out of field. Bishop again looking for scrum possession, he gets it. Shane Cooper, and well, it looks as though he's gone to John Griffiths, penalised for offside. Bishop over to the Popular side. Southernwood will restart. Well, that was a forward pass to Harrison. Referee was right on the job as Dwyer comes in on Southernwood, and Southernwood doesn't like it. But Halifax break through with the Bailey. Oh, super tackle by Lyon. Elusive runner Bailey, a bit tight in letting the ball flow, but he's got quite a good sidestep on him. Halifax have possession just outside the Saints 20-metre line. Bishop takes it on to McLean. Good work by Halifax, good backing up, and Fogarty's there. The Saints defence tested yet again. Now it's with Bishop. Bailey along the line. Young Roy Litherland. He's the nephew, I believe, of ex-Saints Dennis Litherland. Full-back Bentley tries to get the ball away. He does squeeze it out. Now Roy Litherland again. Last tackle of the sequence. Bishop's there positioned. I don't think they'll be going for drop. But it's out to Bailey. Halifax running it. Oh, McLean tries to squeeze it out. Halifax have possession. The man will have to be taken. Is he in? Oh, he's collided with the post. Is the try given? It is. Halifax have the try. I think it's Gary Richardson that's... Damien Pickles is up on the scoreboard. It must be Damien Pickles. It's Halifax in the lead. They scored the try. They managed to squeeze in. He collided with the post. Pickles awarded the try. Early points for Halifax. They've run well. And the man should have been buried there. It was on the last tackle. It went out. And then it went to Pickles and he came back right inside. Squalls in just at the side of the right-hand post. And Bishop will have no problem popping this one over. And Saints 6 points down. A good pressure driving from Halifax, it must be said. They moved up, they exploited the Saints defence there. And yet again, Saints are going to have to come from 6 points behind. Nearly scoring at one end, and then Halifax resume. Move it upfield. McLean, big second rower. Southernwood attacked in half. Halifax in possession. 7 minutes gone and 6 points to nil. Halifax are in the lead. Harrison brings the ball across field, feeds it inside to Bailey. He squeezes it out to John Bentley. Forward pass given by referee Cummins. Didn't look as bad as some of the ones we've seen, did it? Scrum down with the Saints feed. First feed for Gus O'Donnell this evening. Loop movement there with Griffiths. He changes direction, gives it to Rapati. Rapati breaks out again, feeds it inside to Alan Hunt. Backs into the defence. But did well there, Alan Hunt. Well, lots of mauling there, and Gary Lord going in rather aggressively. But the touch judge not having any of it. Saints have possession. They'll have to get points on the board. They've got to hit back, get on level terms. George Mann now. Good yardage. Well, impeded at the play of the ball, George, but now it's John Neal. Well, head-high tackle there on John Neal. The second man coming in. Gus O'Donnell chips it through, stabs it through. Can he gather it? He can. Oh, superb try. Excellent work by Gus O'Donnell. O'Donnell registering his first try of the season. Excellent work by him. Chipped it through there. Saw the gap slightly impeded, but went through. Bentley, not the regular fullback, and he certainly faffed about a bit, didn't he, and made a complete hash of it. And Gus O'Donnell just chipped it a little bit further forward, and all he had to do was follow it and touch it down over the line. But Saints back in at 6 points to 4. Just trailing at 6 points to 4. And Paul Loughlin, oh yes, bang in the middle, superb effort. And just as I said, that's what Saints would have to do, get back in there, get on level terms, and then let's see the flowing rugby that we know the Saints can produce and open out and open a gap here against these lads from Halifax. Paul Loughlin's 56th goal of the season, 6 points apiece to score, 10 minutes gone on the watch, and Bishop gets us underway. Well taken by Loughlin there, brings the ball up to the 20-metre line. Lovely bit of individualism by Gus O'Donnell. Cooper along the line, George Mann. Both Mann and Chris Joynt. Excellent wide runners. John Neal brings it down, turns in the tackle, not a lot of room there. But Litherland and Sharp doing a bit of mauling in the tackle. And now it's Chris Joynt. Oh, well, over the top there, Gary Lord. I'm sure that's Gary Lord again, and he's going to be spoken to, and it's not before time either. He had to go at this side just a couple of minutes earlier. Referee Cummins just tell him to keep it down. That's what they call the flopper, like going in as the extra tackler over the top. He's been penalised for it. Bernard Dwyer, John Neal, first man in. Taking the sting out of this Halifax tackling there. 3 men to bring John Neal down. Now with George Mann, turns it back to Cooper. Good ball to Nickel. Still driving forward, Nickel, pumping those legs. Well taken by Bailey and McLean. Saints bring it blindside again. George Mann out to Rapati. Ever present in the Saints side this season. But Saints driving it up again. Move the ball along the line. Get an overlap on the left there. Griffiths out to Joynt. Oh, into a big hole. Good tackling. Holds him out. 12 metres from the Halifax line. Griffiths gives the dummy. Drives it forward. Last tackle of the sequence. Go to O'Donnell. Is he going to go for the drop? He is. Oh, it's hit the post, hit the referee, and gone back to Bentley. Unfortunate there. Halifax have the ball, 8 metres from their own line, and Saints are going to tackle them hard and hold them there. Harrison gets it away to Bailey. Elusive sidestep, Bailey. Fogarty. Well, McLean coming through. Possible, well, McLean offside there. He should have moved back. He should have been penalised for that. As Halifax keep the ball moving, it's now with Bishop. Out to Lord. Last tackle of the sequence. Now it's Bishop. Puts it upfield. It's not going to find touch. But will it run dead? David Lyon letting it run dead, and it does. The game will restart from the centre of the 20-metre line. Paul Loughlin makes good yardage. George Mann, strong runner. Wants to play the ball, get it underway. He does so. Saints move it crossfield. Tirapati. Good ball to Sullivan. Well, I'm saying a good ball. He couldn't take it. Looked a good floated ball, but Halifax come up with ball possession. Sullivan makes the tackle. Halifax in possession. Scores all tied, 6 points apiece, and 14 minutes gone on the clock. McLean tried to squeeze it out, went to ground. Bernard Dwyer, John Griffiths quickly picked it up. I'm sure they're trying to cod me, these lot. Bernard Dwyer and John Griffiths, both with the headgear on. But there's Bernard Dwyer attacked in half-back. Now with Cooper. Ducks under the tackle, gets it away to Lyon. Striding his way through. Divorti comes in over the top. Saints move it left. George Mann, good ball there to Chris Joint. Back to George Mann. Tries to shrug the tacklers off, but Bishop up round the top, and two Halifax tacklers round the legs. Griffiths, Nickel. Bailey and McLean, they combine to bring him down. Saints bring it blindside. Gus O'Donnell chips it through again. Too deep from O'Donnell and it goes dead. So Halifax now will restart from the centre of their 20-metre line. As to the third meeting of these two sides this season, two tightly contested games. We just managed to win here at Nosey Road, 18 points to 16, and possibly on the day we could have lost the 2 league points when Preston should have gone in, but he lost the ball. As Fogarty comes through and David Lyon takes him down. Good run from Fogarty. Halifax now moving it again. Bishop, and he'll have to be met, this little fellow. Well, Saints have the ball. The ball was Bishop passed it out. I think it was Divorti. He couldn't take it cleanly. It came back and Saints have possession. Paul Loughlin running out wide. Tried to squeeze it away to Tony Sullivan. But the ball directly into touch. It's a scrum down with a Halifax feed. As I was just saying here, when the league Saints just managed to squeeze in 18-16, when Preston, all he had to do was catch the ball, fall over the line, he'd have scored, and he made a hash of it. We're very pleased to say. As Halifax have scrum possession, Bentley coming in from the full-back position. McLean. Certainly looked to hint forward from Bailey. Now Southernwood attacked in half. He brings it left, Harrison juggles with it, drives it forward, gives it to Bailey. Good Saints tackling there, read well by Tirapati. But Halifax look dangerous again and bringing the ball up. Bentley's in there, he's looking to squeeze it. Saints urge to get back onside. 10 metres from the Saints line of Halifax. Bishop and Southernwood working the loop movement. Divorti there. He's held just short. Saints nearly caught cold again, but it's the last tackle of this set. Now with Bishop, he goes for the drop. And he gets it. Bishop with the drop goal edges Halifax into a 1-point lead. 7 points to 6. Two years on the trot. We've played Halifax in this Premiership, and that's the only time we've played them in the Premiership competition. We won easily last year, 52 points to 6. On paper, you wouldn't think it's going to be as easy tonight, but you never know, do you? Well, Richardson, the wingman, on the far side, took the ball up to Gary Lord. Cooper round the top, Bernard Dwyer round the legs, and Halifax bringing the ball up yet again. Harrison squeezes it away, and then Harrison from acting half. Good tackle by Cooper. Two captains together. Fogarty. Last tackle of the sequence for Halifax. They bring the ball back to Bishop. A diagonal kick over to the Sullivan wing. An awkward ball as it happened. Kept very low and found touch in the 10-metre area. So the ball will be brought back 10 metres in from the main stand side and 10 metres from the try line for a scrum to be formed with the Saints feed. Both Halifax substitutes just warming up there. But Saints come away with ball possession, and O'Donnell's on his way, and he breaks through, does O'Donnell. Sullivan's with him. He couldn't release it, but Sullivan's going to step up for a quick play of the ball. Halifax all offside. Saints will bring it over to the right. Overlap for the Saints. Rapati juggles with it. Out to Alan Hunt. Oh, excellent sidestep inside. Hunt still going. Brought down a metre short. Champagne rugby by the Saints. John Griffiths in the clear. Can he squeeze over? Just fell short. Dwyer wants a quick play of the ball. Well, he's being mauled, is Griffiths. Dwyer gets it away. Saints will spread it. Quick hands. George Mann. Sullivan. Back to George Mann. The ball up to Chris Joynt for a knock on. Well, Saints trying to squeeze it quickly, but full marks to Halifax. They covered well. Looked all over here in the corner for Alan Hunt. Then Saints moved it quickly over to the left wing, and the defence came up quickly and smothered the Saints attack. Halifax feed for this scrum. 3-2, Halifax take the scrums as Bentley comes through. Strong runner, makes good yardage there, and Halifax running it again onto Gary Lord. Griffiths and Mann complete the tackle on him. Now it's with Fogarty. Bernard Dwyer there, I think, took a knock in the tackle. But he shrugs it off as Bernard. Now with McLean, brings it crossfield. Well, the ball forward to Roy Litherland. And ironic cheers as from the Saints spectators as referee Cummins gets that one right. But team messages coming on there to Paul Bishop from Alan Agard, I think it is there. O'Donnell feeds the scrum. Saints have possession. They move it crossfield. Rapati breaks out of two tackles, breaks out of three, and still goes to Rapati. Well, rather enthusiastic there. Or over-exuberant, or whatever you want to call it. But it is a high collision body contact sport, isn't it? Sonny Nicol now. Lyon was coming up looking for Nicol to squeeze the ball out if he could have done. McLean all over Nicol like a rash as Halifax move up quickly. Now it's Chris Joynt. All offside, Halifax. All offside. It's a disgrace. But George Mann gets the ball away to Sullivan. Well, he's lost possession. Bernard Dwyer, is it? No, yes, Bernard Dwyer it is, comes up with it. But Saints looking a bit shaky there on the far side. George Mann had done well, got it to Sullivan. He lost possession. Another scrum down. Halifax feed, Bishop this time. Out to Bailey. Good tackle by Griffiths, comes in, and Paul Loughlin over the top. And to McLean, strong runner, but well taken there, but unfortunately it's 1-1 in the tackle by Dwyer. Well, a knock on there, surely by Southernwood, but he's allowed to get up and get shut of the ball. Devorty, forward pass there to Lord. Well, my oh my. Referee not winning many supporters with the Saints public, is he? As Bishop goes for the line, he gets it away to Southernwood. Out to Bailey, loose ball, Sullivan came in for it, but it's Pickles, the try scorer. He gets the ball, it's the last tackle of this sequence. Halifax move it, Bentley takes it over to the right, but Richardson can't squeeze in. And as the supporters, the Saints supporters below say, get them on side, and yeah, rightly so. Not a great crowd here at St Helens for this Friday evening clash, also being screened on Sky TV. John Neal gets it away, and quick hands by the Saints. Good play. Griffiths now, lofted ball to Alan Hunt. Let's see this lad have a run. Hunt drives again. Bishop comes in a little high. Cooper into space, now with Sonny Nicol. Sonny Nicol still driving. Good yardage, 20 metres further forward. Sixth tackle of the sequence. Dwyer brings it blindside to O'Donnell. O'Donnell pumps it downfield. Bentley gathers it. O'Donnell comes in to close him down. He runs crossfield. Evades John Griffiths' tackle. Beats Tony Sullivan, but Loughlin and Sullivan combine to bring him down just outside the 10-metre line. Just to run about 50 metres crossfield and no forward movement there. Fogarty for Halifax. 25 minutes gone, 7 points to 6 Halifax lead. The Paul Bishop drop goal separating the sides. But Halifax getting away with murder, all the forward passes and hardly onside at the play of the ball. Devorty out to Bishop. Nicol closes him down, last tackle of the sequence for Halifax. And that's a turnover. Bishop doesn't like it. Oh, well, he's not given the turnover. That was the sixth tackle. Saints feed. The scrum collapses. Referee Cummins wants it refed. Cooper breaks quickly onto O'Donnell, out to Griffiths. Loughlin comes through. Well taken down. Now John Neal. Well taken by George Mann from Shane Cooper. But both the defences at the best at present. Bernard Dwyer breaks through. Last tackle now for the Saints. Let's see them run it. Griffiths chips it, he gets the Halifax man, comes back to Dwyer. The sixth tackle is still in force, but Saints are running it. Can Lyon squeeze it out? He can. Cooper has it. Cooper gives the dummy. Gets it away to John Neal. Out to Bernard Dwyer. Ducks under the tackle, can't squeeze it out this time. But Saints throwing it about a bit, but just not able to break through this tight Halifax defence. Only two breaks in the defence. It's brought 2 tries from Pickles for Halifax and O'Donnell from the Saints, both goal. And that, as I said, that Paul Bishop drop goal just separating the sides. Mike McLean squeezed it out there, the ball loose. Loughlin tidying it up. Tries to get Sullivan underway. Pick it up, he does so, but he loses a little bit of yardage. Rounds his opposite wingman and drives diagonally. David Lyon was coming through for a pass if it could have been squeezed out. But it's Saints again. Chris Joint takes it blindside, and Joint drives again. David Lyon at dummy half. Points needed on the board here for the Saints. Running it well, only a matter of time before they pierce this Halifax defence. Griffiths attacked in half. Out to John Neal. Looking for support, there is John Neal. Dwyer's with him. Well, good gang tackling again, but Halifax are going to be penalised. Not lining up at the play of the ball, it's a penalty to the Saints. Quick tackling by Halifax, they've been allowed to get away with it, obviously. They've been moving up quickly, they've been moving up in an offside position and lining up there, and as long as they're going to get away with it, they're going to do it, aren't they? Their coach, Malcolm Reilly, he'll have them all fired up. It'll only be a matter of time before we get a lot of Halifax players in the Great Britain side, ignoring the rest. But Paul Loughlin looking to have a go for his second of the evening. As he's lining up, I've a birthday mention to John Parry. Happy birthday, John Parry. He's 26 years of age. Best wishes from Declan and Sue. Also your mum, dad and Catherine, and all us on the Saints video team. So happy birthday, John Parry. His mother Alice is one of my groupies. Lovely woman. As Loughlin pops it over there between the uprights. His second goal of the evening. 29 minutes gone. And that Paul Loughlin goal puts the Saints back in the lead by 1 point. 8 points to 7. Bishop ready to get us underway. A tester there. Well taken by Sullivan. Quite a lot of the high balls going over to Tony Sullivan's wing. Obviously Malcolm Reilly and co must think that the suspect on that side, but they're holding firm this evening as Loughlin comes through. Southern in at the tackle along with Devorty. Halifax moving up offside as the usual. Saints play it quickly. Miss out Cooper, gives it to Nickel. Nickel's right, well he has the ball, reaped out of his hands by Carl Harrison. Clearly there, and Harrison looks very angelically at referee Cummins, as if to say, who, me? Well, that was clear there, that it was reaped out. The penalty to the Saints, and Bernard Dwyer will restart just inside the Halifax half. Tireless grafter John Neal gets the ball back to Dwyer. Saints move it over to the left. 10 minutes before the interval. 8 points to 7 the lead for the Saints. Looking for more points before the interval. Gradually grinding this Halifax defence down. Griffiths and Cooper working the loop movement. Griffiths brings it crossfield, sees the gap, looks for support. Oh, Bailey was there just as Rapati was coming through for it. Bailey just squaws in between. It'd have been a try all the way if Tia Rapati could have got hold of that. Now it's Halifax. Gary Lord. Neal and Dwyer quickly in. Well, Neal struck for the ball. The tackle count waved clean. Excellent exponent. Both Shane Cooper and John Neal of striking for the ball. Once it's on the ground, didn't come off that time. And Halifax have another 6 tackles. Carl Harrison out to Bailey. Just squeezing through the gap, out to Bentley, the fullback. He comes crossfield. Nickel and Lyon closes options down. Bishop, Devorty, he straightens up. He gets it away to Bishop, took it well. Well, that's going to be a knock-on. Just a pity a Saints player couldn't have got hold of that and moved it quickly. Well, that's a knock-on. Scrum down with a Saints feed. 8 minutes to the half-time interval. 8-7 the Saints slender lead. They have scrum possession there. They bring it quickly. There's Gus O'Donnell. Brings it out quickly. Plays it to Rapati, and Rapati's on his way. Well, a high tackle there, and the touch judge here in front of us, well, he's as well as standing up with us, isn't he, for all the use he is. McLean coming in with a head-high tackle on Rapati. Well, they're getting away with murder this first half, Halifax. All offside. Mauling at the tackle, head-high tackling. Bernard Dwyer in possession. John Neal couldn't take it cleanly. Southernwood out to Bishop. Short ball to Pickles. Pickles in the clear. Sidestepping through. Good tackle on the far side. Sullivan came in. Bishop at dummy half. He's going to try and squeeze in on his own. He gives it to Richardson. Saints defence holds firm. Bishop peppers it out to Southernwood, out to Bailey. Oh, super tackle. Man and ball by Dwyer, and it's knocked forward. Superb tackle by Dwyer on Bailey. Took him man and ball, and the strength of the tackle shook the ball from his hands. O'Donnell to feed. Saints have scrum possession. O'Donnell in a big gap. Oh, just as his ankle's tapped there by Devorty. Well, lying on to play the ball. He wants to get up and play it quickly, and Bent is lying all over him. Oh, he has took a knock as O'Donnell. I do beg your pardon. But he was being mauled. Man plays it quickly. John Neal drives it up. Shoulder down into the tacklers. Yes, and the flopper, I think it is. Coming over the top, Adam Fogarty. Gus O'Donnell receiving the magic sponge from Saints physio Jeanette Smith, but he looks in a lot of discomfort. But he's all right now. Well, we think he's all right. He's a bit gingery, but he'll be there, will Gus. Saints fine touch, a restart, and drive it up just outside the Halifax 20-metre area. George Mann back to Cooper on the opposite diagonal. Comes Chris Joint, but he's well taken there by Mike McLean. Dwyer has to take the tackle, gives it to Rapati. Rapati looking for that half gap. Elusive character, Rapati. Bad ball there, Griffiths can't take it. Knocked it forward. Griffith said he kicked it. But he's going to be spoken to by referee Cummins. Halifax awarded the penalty. And Ricky Cowan looking to be introduced. And Sonny Nicol coming off. The substitution allowed to take place 5 minutes before the interval. He doesn't look very pleased, does Sonny Nicol, but whether he has taken a knock. But Ricky Cowan is on. Harrison in, gets the ball away to Southernwood. Cowan comes in, completes the tackle. 8-7, Saints in the lead. Another tightly contested game against Halifax. In the meeting at Thrum Hall, Saints just squares in by 18 points to 12. Even though it was just a 6-point gap, it was an excellent team performance by the Saints. Bishop gets it away to Lord. He gives it back to Roy Litherland. Bishop organising his troops. It's Harrison looking for the gap, gets the ball or tries to get the ball over the top. Lost possession, and Cowan comes up with it. Well, Bishop there, mauling it to play the ball. Referee had run back, and Bishop thought, well, I'll have a little bit of a maul here. But he's not penalised. Rapati now. Well, looks as though the tackle has been completed. Yes, the penalty awarded. The man was stopped, his impetus was stopped, and then he was dumped into touch. Correct decision, Mr. Cummins. .30 metres from the Halifax line. 3 minutes before the interval. Saints looking for more points. Another try and a goal wouldn't go amiss, would it? Giving Saints a 7-point cushion before the interval. Dwyer and Neil keeping it going, and Dwyer still charging. 10 metres now from the Halifax line. Cooper wants a quick play of the ball. Out to O'Donnell. Griffiths takes it crossfield. He's brought down short. Tried to bring in the Halifax defence, but it didn't work that time. Now it's Joint. Chips it. It comes off the Halifax man. Richardson has it. Good tackling there by the Saints. Tony Sullivan came back. David Lyon had already completed the tackle. Bishop, quick hands. Inside ball to Lord. Halifax moving it. Out now to the wingman, Henry Sharp. Oh, Sharp there. Good tackle. Good tackle by O'Donnell. Bishop wants a quick play of the ball. Excellent tackle by O'Donnell. A good try saver. Well, crossing movement there as Bentley. Well, yes, the referee has pulled him back for crossing. It certainly was. I was following the ball. I didn't know whether the referee had actually given the penalty, but he has. A minute before the interval. Saints awarded the penalty. David Lyon going to be kicking over to the main stand side. Ricky Cowan, first man in. Quick hands by the Saints as John Neal drives it up. Turns in the tackle, gets the ball away to Cooper, but it's knocked forward. Our referee Cummins says it's knocked forward anyway. Possibly the last scrum of the half. Halifax to feed. Bishop pops it in. Bishop has possession. He takes it blindside. Bentley running out wide. Gives it to Richardson. Breaks free of the initial tackle. But gets Chris Joint and Bernard Dwyer for his pains. McLean. Oh, super tackle. But he gets it away. Squeezes it out. Bishop. Short ball to Devorty. That was a yard forward. And there's the half-time hooter. Tightly contested half. 8 points to 7, the half-time score. 2 tries within 2 minutes. Halifax opened the scoring with a Pickles try, goal by Bishop. And 2 minutes later, individualism by O'Donnell, goal by Loughlin, 6 apiece. Then a Bishop drop goal in the 17th minute, a Loughlin penalty goal in the 29th minute, and that's the half-time score here. 8 points to 7 in the Saints' favour. Just before we go off, I have a birthday mention. Happy birthday to Phil Wainwright. He's an ardent Saints fan. He'll be watching the Sky broadcast in Spain due to new job commitments. It's a pity you can't get hours in Spain, isn't he? He'd know what the proper thing was, wouldn't he? Anyway, lots of love from all the family, Phil, and we hope you enjoy your new job. So happy birthday to Phil Wainwright. Anyway, half-time here at Nosey Road. Saints 8, Halifax 7. You're behind the post. Just in your picture there, we have 2 ladies that have just won the £1,000 SAS. We have Kath Aycock and Sheila Rigby, 2 ardent Saints fans there. 2 girls from Morrison's and the stalwart fans here, regular season ticket holders, and they travel home and away. And out there, Gary Connolly, I think it is, there at the back. As they get their £1,000 cheque. And I'll go and I'll just go and have a rub after, a rub at both of them and see if I can rub a little luck onto me. But good luck, well done, Kath and Sheila. Now don't tell me they're doing a lap of honour. Somebody's just going in there to mug them. Took it off them. So good luck there, Kath and Sheila. 2 Morrison's girls, 2 cracking girls, regular State supporters. They just won the £1,000 SAS. Just making the way around there to the stand. No, Kath is usually over here on the popular side. Sheila's in the stand. I think it must be Sheila with all the money. Anyway, there they go. Two gorgeous girls and SAS winners. Yeah, final 40 minutes and progress to the semi-finals of the Premiership for the winners. And earlier this evening I received a fax. Well, they can't touch you for it now. It's all this modern technology. And it's Nicola Owen. He's 21 years old on the 2nd of July. Obviously out of season, but we're giving her a mention now. She lives at Penworth and Preston. And so every game for her, she's an ardent Saints Becky, as along with her family. Every game for her is an away game, but she's only missed one home and one away match in the last 3 years, so it's not bad going, is it? She hasn't got a favourite player, she just loves all of them. But she can spot Alan Hunt's legs at 200 yards, or should it be 200 metres, or I wonder if it's only his legs, I wonder if it's anything to do with his bottom. But anyway, happy birthday, Nicola. Congratulations and best wishes from Mum, Dad, everyone on the terrace, and of course all on the Saints video team. All the family are regular video viewers, and they know a good thing when they see it and hear it, don't they? So happy 21st birthday for the 2nd of July, Nicola Owen. So ready for the action. Halifax get us underway. The final 40 minutes, no doubt Mike McLennan will have had his side G'd up, and Malcolm Reilly will have read the riot act as well. And the touch judge on, no doubt Gary Lord, and it's not before time either, is it? Because he's been at it all the match. That's only the 3rd time really. I think it's the 3rd time he's been spoken to. In front of the captain there, Carl Harrison, he's going to be spoken to. And he's not happy with it, but he's going to have to lump it, isn't he? Next time he could have 10 minutes in the sin bin, or he could get the proverbial early bath. Lyon with the penalty. Saints a restart just inside the Halifax half, and John Neal driving it up. Early points on the board, essential for the Saints. David Lyon has to take the tackle, wants a quick play of the ball. Being mauled there, guess who? Only Paul Bishop. As George Mann cuts through the defence. Plays it quickly to himself. Drives again, does George. Quick hands by the Saints. Oh, good ball to Loughlin. Superb try. What a cracker. 1 minute and 20 seconds on the clock. Paul Loughlin goes in for his 4th of the season, and that was created by George Mann up the middle. He drove through, punched holes in this Halifax defence, played it to himself, slipped it over to the left, and Loughlin coming through like an express train. Bounding for the corner there, and nobody was going to stop him, was there? Touchdown for his 3rd of the season. And that's hit hard at Halifax. Gives Saints a 5-point cushion at present, and let's hope Loughlin's trusty boot can punch this one between the uprights and give the Saints a good cushion. So Paul Loughlin, as you can see, just outside the 20-metre line, only just in from the touchline. Strikes it well. Oh, it's all the way. It's all the way, and nothing more than it deserves. Converts his own try, and a superb try, and a superb goal. 14 points to 7. The 7-point cushion, and Bishop there at the centre spot. Lofted kick. Gus O'Donnell takes it, and it's Loughlin again. Out of the game, out of the season, 6 months with that arm. Second time he's had arm injury, and obviously it must be on your mind. It takes a lot to come back, even though you're fully fit. When you start playing and you think, well, is the arm going to go again? But obviously he took it steady, and he's looking in peak condition, isn't he? And that certainly showed you that try. A good testing kick. Bentley takes it. Saints have to give him 10 metres. Sullivan and Loughlin haul him down. 14-7 the score. Excellent try. Just at the right moment. Richardson trying to squeeze through. Bishop brings in Devorty on the opposite diagonal, but he's bounced down by Cowan. McLean, oh, super tackle by Dwyer. Oh, beg your pardon, John Griffiths. Dwyer's at the back. Definitely having problems with his headgear, outside this evening. An excellent tackle. Halifax breaking through. The tackling holds firm. Gus O'Donnell comes over this time. Bishop. Harrison. Bailey takes it, turns it inside, it's back to Bishop. He gets it away to Devorty. The last pass certainly looked to him forward from Bishop to Devorty, but the referee was over the line. He points to it, and Halifax are back in it. They've hit back in good style, just 3 minutes after Loughlin had scored. Devorty goes over. Bishop persistence again. And Paul Bishop should be able to pop this one over. Just about 10 metres from the line. And just to the right of the sticks. But full marks for effort. Halifax third. They stuck to the task. And obviously they have a few players out. Graham Ellis, Mark Preston, who should have scored as he said when he was here last time. John Field out. An ex-Saints favourite. Bishop pops it over, and the 1 point separating the sides is back with its Saints 14 and Halifax 13. In the 19th season of the Premiership as we know it now, it used to be the Championship Trophy. One season, 73-74, it was called the Club Championship Final, but from 74-75 onwards, it's been the Premiership Final. Saints have been in the final 6 times. They've won 3 and lost 3, and as you know, we was runners up to the Pie Eaters last year. Had them for about an hour, and then they just run out, didn't they? Halifax only been in the Premiership final on one occasion, 85-86, where they lost heavily, 38 points to 10 to Warrington. I know it's anything to do with the Saints, they won't be in it this year, will they? 14-13 the score at present. Another tight game against Halifax. There was 2 points in the league match here at Nosey Road, 6 points at Drumhall, 1 point at present, and Halifax moving it quickly. Bailey looking for support, and the Halifax are lining up. Superb tackle. Hit the ball onto Harrison, and Bernard Dwyer came in and took him man and ball and shook the ball from his hands. Excellent tackle by Bernard. Good drive by Tony Sullivan. Now it's Alan Hunt. Tries to kick again, but Bishop sticks to him. Saints now bringing it blindside. Chris Joint. Well, Lord doing a bit of mauling again. Blindside again as Ricky Cowans drives it up. He breaks through the first line of defence. But Fogarty brings him down. Gus O'Donnell chips it up. Lovely floaty kick. Is he going to run dead? No, unfortunately it is. Just a little bit too much meat in it, as they say. So a home tie for the Saints on either the 7th of May, which is a Friday night again, or the 9th, which is a Sunday. You never know. We've only had, as I said, we only had one home Sunday this year. Leeds just a couple of weeks ago. I think we should get a regular Friday night slot at this rate, and probably we'll have our own resident referee, Mr. Ollerton of Wigan, one of our favourites, isn't he? Well, a knock on. Halifax, they're trying to throw it out. The player couldn't take the ball, he knocked it forward. And Saints will pat down with a head and feed. Gus O'Donnell, obviously looking for the ball to put in the pack. He's there at the back of the scrum. gathers it now, Saints have scrum possession. Paul Loughlin, oh, well tackled. Pickles brings him down. David Lyon out to Tia Rapati. Shrugs the tacklers off, goes crossfield as Rapati. Tried to slip through the gap there, but well read. Southernwood brings him down. Harrison there in attendance. It's Saints plodding on, getting into the Halifax half there, and Halifax tackling. It's firm. Blindside ploy there. John Neal straightens it up, runs right into Fogarty, but gets it out to Bernard Dwyer. And Dwyer runs up the middle, the last tackle of the sequence. George Mann attacked in half. He brings it to Cooper. It's the last tackle of this set. Cooper chips it through, but too much meat on the boot. So, all on 10 minutes of the second half gone. A try for each side, within 3 minutes of each other. Both converted. The gap just 1 point. Saints 14, Halifax 13. Saints urged by the crowd below us to move up. Well, Harrison lost the ball again. The Saints move up. At least Saints have lined out. Not like Halifax moving up in an offside position all the time, but the captain Harrison, on the last 2 or 3 occasions, lost the ball as he's come through. Saints have possession. O'Donnell onto Rapati, sees the gap. Oh, look at the handoff there, and bounces off the tacklers again. Bernard Dwyer from acting half, inside the Halifax 20-metre area. Hunt at dummy half, along the line the Saints, inside ball to Joint from Griffiths. Joint driving up, support by Griffiths. Is Griffiths in? The try's given, yes. David Lyon was backing up when he thought Griffiths might just have slipped it out to him, but Griffiths' persistence pays off, and his impetus takes him over. For Saints' 3rd try of the evening. John Griffiths' 10th try of the season, 8 for the Saints and 1 for Wales. But good break there, excellent spade work, Griffiths and Joint. Running hard was Joint. He drove up well, slipped it to Griffiths on the diagonal. He did well. Lyon was on his left. We didn't need him. Took the tackle and the impetus. Took him over. 18-13 at present. Loughlin looking to restore that 7-point gap. Yes, that's a superb goal, a pearler right between the uprights. Four goals from Loughlin and 3 tries from O'Donnell, Loughlin and Griffiths. Gives the Saints that 7-point cushion. Seven points, the biggest gap we've had between these sides this evening. And let's hope the Saints can run up again. And I think if this Halifax defence can be pierced, again the floodgates will open for the Saints. George Mann. Rapati out to Alan Hunt. Oh, look at the pace on this lad. Just squared in between and gained excellent yardage. Halifax all offside. Referee Cummins pointing but not penalising as Cowan takes up the running. Lord mauling at the play of the ball. Cooper wants a quick play of the ball, and now Saints putting the moves together. Neal takes it inside to Cooper, gives the dummy to, oh, good work by Cooper. Took out 3 Halifax players there, and now Bishop coming in mauling at the play of the ball. Now it's Bernard Dwyer scampering away again. Tireless worker Dwyer. Last tackle of the sequence. Let's see what the Saints have up the sleeve. Lyon with a tester. A tester for Bentley, and Lyons following it up. And is Bentley, is he taking over his own line? He is. Excellent work by the Saints. A super testing kick from Lyon. Put the pressure on Bentley, took it in field, and then 3 or 4 Saints tacklers came up, took him over into his in-goal area, and now Halifax forced to drop out from between the sticks, and all being well, Saints should have ball possession. Well taken by Loughlin after an awkward kick from Bishop. In the Halifax 20-metre line, 6 tackles to make it count. Another score essential. Griffiths breaks out onto Joint. Working well here. Griffiths moves up again, but Dwyer pushes him out of the way. He wants the acting half-back position. Dwyer tried to bring the Saints players in, but obviously plan B had failed on that occasion. And now it's Ricky Cowan. He steps up. Along the line, O'Donnell out to Rapati. Looking rampant, Rapati forcing the tacklers off. Now George Mann. He's just held short, he's George Mann. Saints want to quick play the ball. They move it along the line. Rapati there. John Neal, can he dive in? Oh, he's in! Yes, excellent try. John Neal backs the man up and bounds over for the try. Many in a season as John Neal, and that's only his first. Although he's had problems with injuries and that, but he's one grafter, is Neal. Big, tough Cumbrian forward. Does the spade work in the centre field. Takes the ball up all day, always looking to release it as well. And he deserves it. He backed up Chris Joint, I think it was there. Took the ball from the Saints player and dove over at short range. Extends the Saints lead to 24 points to 13, and as I said, if Saints can penetrate this Halifax defence again, I'm sure the floodgates will open. And they're having a union meeting in Halifax at the back of the sticks, as Loughlin prepares to try and pop this one over and give the Saints an extended lead. Oh, excellent kicking from Loughlin. He's on song tonight, his 5th goal of the evening. 26 points to 13, and Bishop kicks off again. Obviously trying to vary his kick-off. For Alan Hunt, limited running chances. But Halifax moving up again, the referee's right, all offside. He tries to bring them back, and a little bit of an argy-bargy there off the ball, as Alan Hunt's are being mauled at the play of the ball. Let's see what the referee rules. The touch judge coming on the far side. It was the wingman Henry Sharp, his counterpart, his opposite number, that was doing the mauling. Let's see what the touch judge has to report. So Alan Hunt being spoken to. Now Sharp being spoken to. Brendan Hill come on as a substitute. I just don't know who's gone off. The player was just led into the dugout, but it's Halifax that have been awarded the penalty. And Bishop will go for touch. So Brendan Hill, a power pack forward, once linked with St Helens. And there's Brendan Hill, first touch. Harrison pushing the tacklers off. Bishop, Lord turns it back to Devorty, back to Bishop. Quick change of direction as Bailey tries to come through, but he's well taken down there. Gus O'Donnell. Now it's Fogarty. This big forward. He's held up short. Saints lined up on their own line. A 13-point cushion they've got. Can't afford to let Halifax squeeze in. Bishop has the ball. Took it off the player. Turns it inside to Brendan Hill. He turned it inside to Lord. He's held just short. Halifax are going to run it. It's the last tackle. Drop goals are no good to him. Now with Bishop. Intercepted by Loughlin. Oh, unlucky. Just couldn't keep his foot. Keep his foot in, but Bentley all over him. It was the 6th tackle of the sequence, and Halifax tried to spread it quickly over to this Richardson wing, but intercepted by Paul Loughlin. George Mann brings it blindside. Nobody with him. Pickles and Devorty in at the tackle. Ricky Cowan driving it up. Lord and Harrison bring him down as Dwyer chips it through. Still persistent, Bernard Dwyer. But now it's Bentley striding it through, brings it to the blind side. Loughlin finally wraps him up just below our commentary position here. Richardson, limited touches from this lad. Oh, well done by Shane Cooper. Reaped the ball back. Once it's on the ground, it's available for striking. And as I said before, Cooper and Neil do it very well. 20 minutes of the half gone, 20 minutes to go. Saints with a 26 points to 13 lead. Gus O'Donnell feeds it on to Ricky Cowan. Brendan Hill, one of the tacklers there. Block busting forward, Hill. Now with O'Donnell. Chips it over. Will it find touch? It does. 10 metres inside the Halifax line. 10 metres inside the Halifax half. 26-13 the score. As I said, a place in the semi-final is the reward for a win tonight. Halifax feed and Halifax scrum possession. Saints taking the scrums 2-1 in this second half. Only the 3rd scrum of the half. Lord, short ball to Devorty. Blind side onto Brendan Hill. A very popular figure. Bishop moving it over to the left and bringing McLean in. McLean squeezes it out to Southernwood. Halifax keeping the ball moving. Fogarty, good run, diagonal run from Fogarty. Looking for support, Bishop's there. He's looking for support, he throws it deeply back to Southernwood. Excellent run by Fogarty on the diagonal there, and it's a big man. He's finally pulled down, and now it's Harrison, another big forward. Last tackle of the set. Bishop, he's going to pop this one up in the air, I feel. Yes, there's the tester. If Lyon can take it cleanly in field, well, Devorty has it. And Devorty's awarded the try. But was he in front of Bishop when the kick was kicked? Obviously not, the referee says. I think it was Devorty that's touched it down. Yeah, Devorty scores his 2nd of the evening. Obviously we'll have to have a look at that on replay, won't we? There was a tester from Bishop. Excellent high floated ball. Devorty came in, reached up for it, out jumped all the Saints defenders, but as I say, was he in front of the kicker? Who was Paul Bishop, who's just going to convert this, as he does. Another 6 points for Halifax. 26-19 the score, with 17 minutes of the game remaining. Quite a few question marks over the interpretation of the rules of the game from the man in the middle this evening. Sonny Nicol Nickel limbering up again, whether he's going to be reintroduced. As Saints kick it off, Bishop gathers it, feeds it out to Richardson. A big lad, he run hard, but right into John Neal and Chris Joint. Now it's Pickles. Joint brings him down there again, and John Neal the initial tackler. Well, it's Halifax running hard, and they'll have to be tackled, they'll have to be brought down. 2 and 3 men into the tackle, but they've been running hard and strong. Southernwood now scampering away from acting half-back. Gets the ball on to Hill, he can't take it. Gus O'Donnell comes up with it, sees the gap and drives up the touchline. Now it's Alan Hunt. Limited touches for Hunt. Oh, that looked a little high. My word, didn't it? It looks all right, does Alan Hunt. In fact, the Halifax man, it's Lord. Looks as though he's come off worse. So Nickel coming back on for Cowan. So a tactical ploy, I think, from Mike McLennan this time. Taking Nickel off, we know he's a block busting forward. Took him off 5 minutes before the interval, give Rick Cowan a good run. And now with 15 minutes remaining of the game, Sonny Nickel reintroduced. And no doubt this lad's power will be used to full advantage. George Mann, good runner. Can Halifax withstand this pressure? Joints, good ball to Lyons. Lyons under the sticks. The answer is no. Halifax can't withstand the pressure. David Lyon goes in for the Saints' 5th try. His 9th try of the season. And just a formality for Loughlin. Right in front of the sticks. Superb work there, Chris Joint. He's run tirelessly tonight. Both Joint and George Mann have run tirelessly. And I wouldn't be surprised if Chris Joint isn't in the running for the man of the match. Excellent player. Loughlin right in front of the sticks. Gives the Saints that cushion back, that 13-point cushion. His 6th goal of the evening to add to the 55 goals he's already kicked this season. And as I said, we're about 14 minutes before the final hooter. And let's hope Saints can get in there, put up another gear and get more points on the board. Alan Hunt coming through from deep again, brings it cross field, then straightens up, but he's well wrapped up. Lord again, he tackled him last time, a little high, and from the resulting set of 6, Halifax were made to pay. There's Nickel, pushes the defenders off. As I said, this is what this big fella's been brought in for. Well, and not before time, referee Cummins. Sometimes you can wriggle all day and the referee will not award you a penalty, and other times you just need to put a finger on the player and he awards the penalty. But Saints kick it upfield. Bernard Dwyer restarts from the centre line. John Neal takes the ball up. He takes it up all day, doesn't he? He had a try this evening. Good reward for this lad's persistence. George Mann again, running strongly. Dwyer brings it to the left. Chris Joint. Brendan Hill brings him down. Still hold of his leg there, Brendan Hill. We've seen penalties given for that, haven't we? As Cooper moves it up, gains good yardage. Nickel now on the opposite diagonal. Walks straight through Brendan Hill. Last tackle of the sequence. Is it going to Rapati for a drop goal? No, it's a high one. It's a tester. Well, it's loose. The ball's kicked forward. Well, it's offside, surely. Well, he's given a knock on. It came out to Bishop, I think, but he was in an offside position as far as I'm concerned, in my own impartial opinion. But a knock-on's given, a scrum down with the Saints feed, and a good platform for the Saints to build on to get another 6 points, hopefully. "12 minutes of the game remaining. O'Donnell feeds. Rapati takes it blindside onto Griffiths. He's brought down 10 metres short. Well, Halifax reap it this time. Griffiths put it down, and the ball was reaped back. And now it's the wingman. Is it? No, it's... Yeah, Richardson moves over in the dummy half position. I think it was Henry Sharp that had moved over there. But Halifax spread it quickly. Taking off the ball. It's now with Pickles. And that's a Lachlan and Joint sandwich. Bishop. Those long passes. Now with Harrison. On to Lord. But well taken there. Alan Hunt comes in this time and takes Henry Sharp down. A good run by Sharp there, just a minute or so earlier. But Halifax moving it through again. Is it Bailey? Bailey tried to give the dummy on the inside. 8 metres from the Saints line. Halifax in possession. Brendan Hill has the ball. Halifax play it quickly. Saints had been penalised there. They're moving up too quickly, I think. But the game stopped. It's an injured player. The Halifax player, well, he's all right now. Brendan Hill it was, just having a blow. Well, John Neal, it looks as though he's got 10 minutes in the sin bin. Well, just out of our range of viewing there, but John Neal. So John Neal won't play any further part in this game. Well, Halifax in for the try. No. I thought he was in there. Looks as though Lord was in. But the referee said no try. Saints had restart with a tap from the centre of the 20-metre line. Both teams down to, well, I'd say it's down to 11 players. There's an injured man in the in-goal area, and Halifax have an injured player. But Saints have possession. Down to 12 men. John Neal in the sin bin. Harrison out to George Mann, out to Lachlan. George Mann attacked in half-back. Turns it inside. Tia Rapati. Tried to squeeze it out. Saints bring it blindside. Chris Joint running strong. On to Cooper. Pickles doing a bit of mauling. It's the last tackle of the sequence. And Gus O'Donnell gets it away and then takes a late challenge. But the ball finds touch. And the scrum down will be brought back to the 10-metre line. And Brendan Hill being brought off. And number 14, Chris Robinson, coming on. It's Hill that took a knock just a couple of minutes ago. Halifax have scrum possession as Brendan Hill gets the popular side choir's cheer as he comes off. Fogarty taken down by George Mann. Halifax still trying to move it. Lord there flicks it out to Bailey, and a forward pass right in front of the referee. Tried to break it quickly. Seven minutes to the final hooter. 32-19 the score in Saints' favour. .13 cushion, and Saints looking to improve on it. Head and feed, 30 metres from the Halifax line. Gus O'Donnell has it. It's out now to Rapati. John Griffiths coming on the diagonal. Halifax penalised, holding John Griffiths down in the tackle. Bentley, and Bentley spoke out a turn, and he's marched another 10 yards, and not before time either. And Paul Loughlin will go for the goal. Yes, he just says, I'll pop it between the sticks, Mr. Cummins, if you don't mind. So I'd imagine this evening's match day mascot, Ian Carrington, 8 years of age, he'll be lapping it up this evening, won't he? Saints in command, 32 points to 19, and Paul Loughlin looking for his 7th now. His 7th of the evening, right in front of the sticks. Composes himself, strikes it well. His kicking has been superb this evening. Pinpoint precision. 34-19 the score. John Griffiths going to be substituted now. Mike Riley coming on for the last 5 minutes. Had a good game as Griffiths run tirelessly, backed up. He applauds the crowd. As Bishop lofts it high, it's going to go in on the full. Well, Bishop won't like it, but the Saints public are in raptures. A penalty there to the Saints with the ball going out on the full. Mike Riley on the wing. Hunt moved into the centre. Tirapati to the standoff. And Saints in an excellent attacking position, 10 metres from the Halifax line, spreading it along the line. Rapati gets, he thought he was just going to get the ball back off Alan Hunt. Hunt has to take the tackle, forced back by some enthusiastic Halifax tackling. But it's too late, the game's won, and Saints are in the semi-final of the Premiership. Obviously opponents to be decided over this weekend, depending on how the other ties go. If the top 4 come through, we should be playing, top 4 come through unscathed, we should be playing Bradford at home. But you never know, do you? Loose play, give him a basket. He needed a bucket there, all he had to do was pick it up, and I think he'd have been unlucky not to score. I think he must have tripped over his ponytail. But he knocked the ball forward. Saints weather the storm there. Scrum down with the feed, with the Saints feed. Gus O'Donnell gets it away. A loose ball, but Halifax have broken quickly. And we're pressing on Gus. A good drive there up centre field. Excellent drive. Paul Loughlin really having an excellent evening. A try and 7 goals, I think it is. Yeah, 7 goals for Paul Loughlin. George Mann flicks it back, the ball's loose. Sonny Nicol comes up with it, but the knock-on going to be given. 3 minutes to the final hooter, 34-19 the score. A comprehensive beating of Halifax, but it certainly took a lot for the Saints to grind these chaps down. It's only halfway through the second half when the Saints amassed the lead there. It's a bit of a nip and tuck as Richardson gets it away. Out to full-back Bentley. Is Bentley going to win? He's going to win the race for the line, is he? He certainly is. A good try there by Bentley, but it's too late. But he did well, he broke out of the Saints tackling. I don't think the coach will be too pleased with that. But he did well there, Bentley. I suppose a try out of nothing. Went into the tackle. Pirouetted out of it. Bishop converts it, makes it 34 points to 25. With time running out, less than 2 minutes. I suppose it makes the score a little bit more respectable as far as Halifax are concerned. But a tough tie, only to be expected. They're a seesaw side, Halifax. We've had 2 tightly contested ties. 2 points in the league match here at Nosey Road, as I've said before, 6 points at Thrum Hall. And it was pretty tight throughout the first half, 8-7 at half time. And now it's Halifax in possession. Well, that can't be a penalty. Laughlin and Sullivan had done the tackle on Pickles. He'd actually overrun him. The man was loose. I think it was Chris Joint that came in to just touch the man to say you tackled, and the referee took exception to it. He said it was a penalty, and he gives Halifax the penalty. They take a quick restart. Just waiting for the final hooter. They've run hard, Halifax. Obviously Bishop trying to get his side going. Trying to keep the Saints on the metal. The ball dropped forward, hit a Saints player and came back. The Halifax man didn't even attempt to kick at it, but the referees waved the tackle count clean. McLean inside to Harrison. Dwyer and Nickel bungle him to ground. 40 minutes on the watch now, just playing in stoppage time. There hasn't been much of that, has there? As Bishop slips it away, he's always looking to get the ball moving. Now with McLean, I think it is. Well, there's the final hooter. The penalty has been awarded. It's a penalty to Halifax. Bishop takes it quickly. Saints have only got to complete the tackle. It's chipped forward, and Lyon knocks it dead, and that's the end of the game. So a good display by the Saints in the end, a good win, even though a lot of points. 59 points scored, 34 to the Saints, 25 to Halifax, 8-7 at half time. There are a lot of scoring in the second half, and the final score here at Nosey Road is Saints 34, Halifax 25. As I said, we're in the semi-final of the Premiership. Opponents to be decided after Sunday's matches. If all was to plan, we should be playing Bradford at home. It's either going to be a Friday night on Sky again, or a Sunday afternoon. It'll be a bit of a novelty a Sunday afternoon, won't it? Anyway, thanks once again for joining us. You've been with your Saints video team. Peter on camera, my name's Ron Hoof. Join us for the semi-final here at Nosey Road on either the 7th or the 9th of May. In between that, you can watch Wigan and Widnes at Wembley on the 1st of May, and let's hope that Widnes can get stuck in and wrench the cup from the pie. It is the old Challenge Cup. So thanks for joining us. See you soon.
Thank you.